saving the template on your chart all starts by clicking this little chart icon right here. From there you can save what your chart looks like, and then you can access or upload your chart again. So I think it's best if we look at MetaTrader 4 and go through this on a live example. So once you've taken the time to go through and change the colors of your candlesticks or the colors of your OHLC bars, or you've taken the time to get your chart from looking basically like the default of that to whatever you want it to look like, the last thing you want to do is have to do that every single time you come on to MetaTrader. So what you want to do is save a template of your chart, and as we saw in the presentation, you want to come right up here and you want to click the drop down arrow beside the box that says templates, and you want to save your template. So click save template. You now have the option to save, and it's going to save in the template files on your computer. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it, I'll just call it test 2, and I'll save it there. Okay, and now when I come on to MetaTrader, if I've got no charts open, okay, completely blank screen again, I can just add a chart, and I want to go straight to my test 2 template. I'll click templates. I'm going to load a template this time, and I'm going to double click test 2, and the chart will look exactly like I had it before. That I think is critical. You need to be able to have and access the templates that you feel completely comfortable with while you're trading. Very simple process on MetaTrader 4. So we understand some basic tools when we're using MetaTrader 4 to analyze our charts. The point of analyzing charts is ultimately to start trading. So we need to know and understand how to place trades directly from MetaTrader 4. Now, as I said in the very beginning of this presentation, I think trading off of MetaTrader 4 is literally one of the easiest things to do. They've just done an incredible job of making it so easy, so straightforward to trade. It's important not to confuse unfamiliar with difficult. Sometimes things are unfamiliar and we think, oh, this is so difficult, when in fact you just haven't done it before. So if you've never traded live off of MetaTrader 4, it could seem difficult at first, but chances are it's just that it's unfamiliar. So let's walk through trading directly from your chart on MetaTrader 4. Before we do that, we need to understand there's really two types of ways, or two different types of way that you can enter the market. Okay, you can enter the market instantly, instant execution, when if you hit buy or sell, you have bought or you have sold, and you are into the market, and there is nothing you can do about it. There's no calling the broker and saying, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to. You hit buy or sell, you're into the market, it is live money, and you are rolling. So you need to be very careful and understand the significance of instantly executing trades. The second way to enter the market is through a pending order. Pending orders are much more relaxed, much more slower paced, and it's for a lot of longer term style tradings or analyzing bigger charts. And really what you're saying to the broker is this: if something specific happens, I would like to enter into a trade. Okay, so pending order is saying you've got an order in place. If you know, thing A happens, then you want thing B to trigger, or you know, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to look at how to do and how to enter trades instantly and through pending orders on MetaTrader 4. We're going to start off with instant execution. Okay, first thing we need to do in the top toolbar, the standard toolbar where everything is found, is we're going to click on new order. And when we click on new order, we will see an order ticket that will appear. And the order ticket is going to look exactly like this. And this order ticket is where we're going to tell the broker if we want to enter the trade instantly or if we want to set up a pending order. So instant execution. Okay, I'm going to walk you through all of the different things on an order ticket. Make sure that you understand what's happening on an order ticket. Okay, here we go. So the order ticket symbol, you need to understand and you need to make sure that you're trading what you want to trade. Okay, this ticket will appear based on the chart that you are currently selected. So if you're looking at a euro chart and you hit new order, then the symbol that comes up to be traded will be the euro US dollar. Volume is the amount of money that you're placing on the trade. And as we're trading in standard lots and micro lots and mini lots, I've designated a whole section of this brief presentation to that. For the moment, we're just going to say we've got 10 lots to be traded. So that's basically like how much money we're placing on the trade. Our stop loss is an order. So we're saying, hey, if we buy on this trade and the price begins to drop, at some point we've got to get out of it. So we're setting a stop loss. You should never set up a trade without setting a stop loss up. If you don't set a stop loss up, something happens, you walk away, and price drops from now till forever, then you lose everything. Okay, that's in your trading account. Take profit is not as critical, but should be done on every single trade. This is just the price that you want to collect your money at. It's a great one to have. Instant execution, what we're looking for. Selling and buying, I think, is very straightforward. If you want the price to fall, you sell it. If you want it to go up, you buy. Okay. As soon as you hit that, you're entered automatically into the position. Okay. And once you're entered into the position, MetaTrader will actually put the lines on the screen, and you can edit what these lines look like, but that's not really important. What's important is to understand that this green line here, because we bought, will tell us that we entered a buy trade at this specific price. And it's also going to tell us the amount that we've placed on the trade. So it's a buy trade at 10 lots. This red line at the top here says TP, that stands for take profit. That is the target price of the trade, and that is really where we're looking to have that's what we're hoping is going to happen. We're hoping the price action is going to reach all the way up there, and if it does hit that level, you will automatically exit the trade for a profit, which is great. The stop loss at the bottom, it's not our favorite, but it is necessary. If the price action falls all the way down to this level here, you will be exited from the trade immediately for a loss. So once you've got the order there and you've got your 3 lines, your entry, your stop loss, and your take profit, you can make amendments to, now you're not going to be able to amend your entry price because that is set in stone forever. But what you can do is amend the stop loss price, and you can also amend the take profit price. The other thing which you cannot amend is the volume or the amount that you placed on the trade. So you might be saying, actually, you know what, it's time to move my stop loss up a little bit, tighten things up, so you can do that. Or you might want to move your take profit a little bit closer. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can actually just drag the orders from the chart, which I think is awesome. Or you can double click on the chart or double click on your order, and you'll get this box right here which will appear, and from there you can go right in here and make changes to the price. And then once you've made any changes in here, this rectangle down here that says modify, that will become yellow. It will come to life, and you can click on it and everything will change from there. So very easy. Now the other thing is, once you're in a trade, maybe you want to get out of this trade before your target or your stop loss has been hit. So you might think, actually, you know what, my target's too far away, or my stop loss is maybe not where I want it to be, or maybe you're just thinking this trade has taken longer to develop than I once thought it was going to do. There's a crazy news release coming out in 25 minutes. I just want to get out of this thing right now before anything crazy kicks off. What you do is you come down to the bottom of your screen where your open trade is. There'll be a little chart down here, which I'll show you in a moment on MetaTrader. You double click on that, and that will allow you to close out the position live. So that's basically an instant execution exit from the trade, because you're not leaving through an order, you're leaving through automatically getting out of the trade. So that's how to do that. And before we jump to that, let's go look at the chart and walk through that entire process and make sure that you're comfortable with understanding that. So let's walk right through this, placing a new order. So I'm on the Euro USD daily chart, and what I'm going to do is come click new order, and when I click new order, we know that the ticket will appear. And the first thing I'm going to do is confirm that I'm trading the currency pair that I'd like to trade. Yes, Euro US dollar is what I want to do. Let's go volume at 10 lots. This is just a demo account, so I'm just going to click in and click out, whatever needs to be done to demonstrate the point here. Price is currently trading at 36.5 if I want to sell, or 36.53 if I want to buy. You can see the spread in there. We're going to go instant execution. Let's buy on the trade. So my stop loss has to be lower than where the price currently is. So I'll make it nice and far. I'll go 1.3550, and let's put my target right up around here somewhere. Let's say let's go 1.38. Okay. Comment, I can tell the broker anything I like. I don't tend to mess around with that too much, especially on instant execution. And let's buy now on the trade. So here we go. I'm going to click buy. Once I click buy, there's nothing that can be done. And you'll see the lines appear on the screen once I click buy. Okay, so there we go. I bought at this price. My stop loss is at this price. I paid, went in at 10 lots per trade, and I have a take profit of this price. Okay, now to edit the trade, okay, I can right click on it and modify it that way, or I can drag and drop. So look, you can see it right here. It says drag to modify. So if I want to move my stop loss further away, I can pull it right down there. That's such an easy thing. Maybe I want to say, actually, you know what? My target needs to be a little bit higher because the resistance here is a little bit higher. So what I'm going to do in this instance is drag and move my take profit up a little bit, just like that. So it's as easy as it can be. You're literally saying that's the price I'm at, and I'd like to move it. I think the good thing about doing it that way is you can literally grab and move your target and your stop loss to levels of support and resistance, which are very obvious for you to see. Now again, if I want to get out of this trade automatically, instant execution. So in other words, I don't want to wait for it to either come hit my stop loss or come up and hit my take profit. For whatever reason, I've got to get out of the trade now. What I'm going to do is come down and click on the actual running trade. And this is called your client terminal. Okay, and you can get this client terminal by clicking Control T. Control T removes it and brings it up. Okay, so Control T gets me, and what I'm going to do, if I want to get out straight away, I'm going to double click and I'm going to hit close. So I double click down here on my trade and I can exit the trade instantly. If I was exiting now, I'd be losing 280 pounds on this demo account, which is really just the spread. It hasn't gone anywhere. So, but I'm just going to exit the trade, and once I click close, I'm now out of the trade. You hear that crazy sound that MetaTrader does, and the trade is done. So that's walking you through trading on an instant execution basis. Starts with placing a new order, and you make sure you clicked on instant execution. Entering the market on a pending order, you go through pretty much the same process as doing an instant execution, but there's a couple things that are different. So it is going to still start from placing or from clicking new order in the top menu bar. The difference here is that you are not entering straight away. You're placing an order, and so you need to tell the broker that. And the place to tell the broker that is under type. So you don't want to say instant execution. You want to click on that, and you want to come down and make sure that it says pending order. And once you click on that, your ticket's going to change, and it's going to look a bit like this. Or it's going to look exactly like this, actually. First things first, make sure you're trading the right currency pair. Volume, we're going to look at how to set that in a little bit, but for the moment, we're going to keep it at 10. Stop loss price, take profit price, pending order, and the type of trade. Okay, this is where people get a little bit confused on the terminology. There's basically 4 different types of trades you can have: a buy stop, a buy limit, a sell stop, or a sell limit. Ultimately, you're either buying or selling, but it all depends on where the price is currently at. Okay, and we're going to explain, and I'm going to talk you through how to do that. For the moment, I just want to get through this ticket. Okay, so you're going to tell the broker, regardless of what you put here, you're going to tell the broker what price you want the trade triggered at. And once you do that, you are then going to click place. Okay, now coming back to and then the order will be live. The trade is not live, but the order is live. So it is a live order, meaning if the price action hits the price that you set, you will be entered into the trade, and you have crossed the point of no return. You are into the trade. Okay, until the price that you want to trigger gets hit, you can delete the order with no problem at all. It's not an issue. Now, understanding the terminology of the type of trade. First of all, you just need to know, do I want to buy or do I want to sell? That's the question that always has to be answered. But when you're looking at a pending order, it depends on where the price action currently is. So let's say you'd like to enter a buy trade, but the price action is currently trading above the level you want to buy. So just to make it very simple, let's say you want to buy at 5, but the price action is currently at 10. Well, you're going to set a buy limit because you're going to buy when the price falls from 10 to 5. Let's say you want to buy at 5, but the price is currently at 1. You would set a buy stop because the current price at 1 is currently below the desired entry price of 5. It's very simple. The reality is the broker won't even let you make a mistake here. If you hit buy limit, but you should have hit buy stop, it'll tell you can't buy stop or buy limit at the price you want to do it at. But it's important to understand, if price is above where you want to buy at, it's a limit. If price is below where you want to buy at, it's a stop. Same thing on the sell side of things, okay? If the current price is above your desired sell price, it's a sell stop. If the current price is below your desired sell price, it's a sell limit. So for example, on a sell stop, if the price is currently 10 and you want to sell at 5, it's a sell stop. You're going to sell when the price falls from 10 and it hits 5. If the price is currently 1 and you want to sell at 5, it's a sell limit because you're going to sell once the price moves up, hits 5, and you're expecting it to then drop down from there. Okay, it's just a matter of simply understanding the 4 terms. Once you place the order, it is a live order, and as I said, if it triggers, for instance, right here you can see the green line would be the entry, stop and take profit depending on if we've done a buy or sell trade. Once the entry price is hit, you are in the trade and there's no turning back from there. Okay, oops, I jumped ahead too quick. That's my favorite slide. Let's have a look on MetaTrader and go through this process. Okay, so let's look at setting up a pending order trade, and we'll have a little look here. So it's it's a Euro USD 30-minute chart. Let's actually look at a place that we might trade. Here might be something I could do. I could grab a horizontal line of support, and I might chuck it somewhere in there. And let's have a look at my Fibonacci. We know how to do that. I want to measure this run rate down through here. And ideally it would have been awesome if this level kind of matched up with that one, but it doesn't. But for the moment, let's just look at the example here and see what we would do. So let's say that I want to enter this trade somewhere around this price, okay, at 1.37, and I want to do it on a pending order. In other words, a big giant sweeping move to the downside has happened over the last kind of 20 hours or so, and if price comes all the way back up to this level here around 137, I'd like to sell. So if the price action is currently trading below where I want to sell, that would be a sell limit. So let's set up a sell limit order. So the first thing I need to do is come up and click new order. And when I click new order, I get my ticket that comes up again. Now I know that I want to do I'd like to execute a pending order style trade. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see the ticket changes slightly. But let's work straight down from the top. I want to trade the euro. I'm going to keep it at 10 lots on the trade. I want my stop loss to be, let's just call it 1.3800. And I want my target to be, let's come down here to the swing low. Let's call it 1.3630. So we'll go 1.3630. And I know that I want to do a sell limit because the price action is currently trading below my desired entry price. So what price do I want this trade to trigger? What did we say? Somewhere around 1.3725. And what I'm going to, and actually this expired, this is interesting as well. You can click on this and tell the broker when to get rid of this order if it hasn't triggered by a certain time. So you might say, unless my trade triggers by tomorrow, I just want this order to be removed completely, and I want to pretend nothing, that this never ever happened. Okay, so we've got everything in place. I'm going to place my order right now. There, everything's set up. So actually what I'm going to do is get rid of this, rid of some of these lines here, just to get those out of the way. Get rid of this Fibonacci as well for the moment. Okay, so you can now see my order. Price is currently trading down here at 1.36. I want to enter up here closer to 1.37. My stop loss is way up here at 1.38. My target's down here at 1.3625. Let's say I want to adjust my take profit a little bit, bring it down a little bit further for more potential profit. I can drag it and I can drop it. Let's say I want to tighten my stop loss up. I can drag it and I can drop it much closer to my entry. Okay. If I want to amend the order, I can do it that way, or I can simply double click on the actual order itself and I can make some changes there. Maybe I want to delete the order completely, just get rid of it. Double click the sell limit price and just click on the word delete, and the order is now gone, and there's nothing to trigger there. So that's a quick look at simply looking at entering trades instantly and setting up market orders to get out of it, and also entering trades through pending orders, as well as setting orders to go along with that to exit from the trade. We've also had a look at what did we have a look at? We've also had a look at, what have we just looked at? Basically that. We've looked at entering the trade through pending orders and through instant execution, as well as editing those orders once they've been set. So, coming out of that section, MetaTrader 4 has done an incredible job of making it easy and intuitive to trade directly from the charts. I had to make sure that I got my picture on this presentation somewhere. So there I am giving you guys a nice thumbs up, got my favorite suit on, and I am absolutely ready to go. So trading from your charts could not be easier. Now, the next thing we want to look at in this presentation, we've covered so much, and we're going to keep on going, and we're going to look at trade sizing and lots. Okay, trade sizing and trading in lots. Well, trading in lots specifically is really more of a professional way to trade the foreign exchange market. Personally, I like trading in lots. It's kind of, it feels like the way things need to be done when you're trading foreign exchange. Trade sizing is all about how much are you risking on your particular trade and how it's going to work. Now, lot sizes tends to confuse people for some reason. I'm going to explain it to you, and then I'm going to show you an incredible shortcut just to make your life incredibly easy, which is great. Okay, so first thing, we're going to look at trading in lots. Direct market trading is what we're doing here through MetaTrader 4 and through our preferred broker. Now, this is different than spread betting. Spread betting, you just get in there and say, hey, I want to trade £6.50 on the euro, and it's £6.50 per pip. When you're trading in lots, you're trading in either standard, mini, or micro lots, depending on the value or the amount that's in your account and how much you'd like to risk on each trade. Okay, one standard lot. If you hear someone say he traded a lot or she traded a lot, that is 100,000 units of the base currency. So if you were looking at sterling / US dollar and you traded one standard lot, you'd be trading 100,000 units of sterling, because it's the base currency, or the currency on the left of the pair. The value of the pip is in terms of the terms currency, or the quote, which is the pair, which is the currency on the right of the pair. So one standard lot of GBP / USD, you'd be trading 100,000 units of sterling, and your pip would be $10 of US dollars, because that's the currency on the right. Now, not everybody's account can handle that type of pip value. $10 a pip might be too much for your account to handle. So you might want to go down to a mini lot. A mini lot is 10,000 units of the base currency, or 1/10 of the standard lot. The value of the pip is therefore 1/10 as well. Now the same thing still applies if you're trading, or in other words, you're still trading a lot size of the base currency, and your pip is still valued in the terms currency, or the quote of the pair. So it'd be 1/10 of the size, which would be $1 of the terms currency. And then you have the micro lot, which is then 1/10 of a mini lot as well. And the same thing applies, it just keeps shrinking by 1/10. So you can see an example down here. One standard lot of euro / USD is a position of 100,000 euros, because euro's on the left, and the pip is in US dollars because the US dollar is on the right. Okay, and you can see in a mini lot of the same currency pair, you'd have 10,000 euros at $1 US per pip. And a micro lot, even smaller, would be 1,000 euros in terms of the position size, and 10 cents for the pip value. So if you were trading at 3 micro lots, your pip value would be $3 US. If your account is denominated in sterling, you then have to take those if you're trading 3 micro lots of the euro / USD, you'd have 30 pence or 30 cents as your pip value if your account was denominated in sterling. In other words, that's the money you have sitting with the broker. It's in sterling. You then convert that to sterling, and that would give you the sterling equivalent of the value of your pip. Okay. Now, when you're typing this into MetaTrader and you're trading off your chart, 1.0 is a standard lot. So you saw in the examples that we were doing earlier, when I had 10.0, that was 10 standard lots. If you want to trade in a mini lot, it's a tenth of that, and a tenth of 1.0 is 0.1. If you're trading in micro lots, well, a tenth of 0.1 is 0.01, and it works that way. So if you wanted to trade if you want to trade 1.5 standard lots, it would just simply be 1.5. That's the volume that you would have. If you wanted to trade 3.5 standard lots, it would be 3.5 standard lots. And you just work it that way, straight through it. You know, if your account's not big enough to trade in lots, you might end up trading in minis. If your account's not big enough to trade in minis, you might end up trading in micros. Now, you may be sitting there at this point thinking, this all sounds a bit confusing. Chris, is there any way you can just sort this out for me? And the answer is yes, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. What you want to do is get yourself a tool that says, hey, this is exactly what you need to trade. Don't mess around trying to figure all that stuff out. I do think it's important that you understand a little bit about it, because there's so many traders who go on this journey and who fail to kind of understand some of the basics about foreign exchange and how things work. And I think what that does is that creates in them this idea, and I think people are constantly feeling like they're faking it. And knowing stuff like this helps you to move on from that and to really feel confident in your trading. A really great place to get a calculator, which is going to sort all of this out for you, is this website right here, earnforex.com/position size calculator. And that's really what we need. We need something to tell us, based on our account risk and our trade risk, how much are we risking on a particular trade. Okay. Now, it's important to understand this ratio right here, because you're going to need to know that before you can use this calculator. Okay. Let's just look at it here. Here's the calculator. Okay. You need to tell this calculator what your account currency is in. So if you put 10,000 pounds in your account, your brokerage account, it would be GBP. If you put $10,000 in your brokerage account, this would be USD. Okay. And so for this particular trade, you need to tell this calculator how much money you currently have in your account, because we need to know how much of your account you're going to risk. So regardless of how much money you ever put into your account, currently you need to know the account size, which in this case we're going to say 10,000. Risk ratio, so in other words, how much of your account are you going to risk on any particular trade? A lot of people like to trade with a 1% risk. Some people shrink that to 0.5. Some people go for 2 or 3% risk on their trade. You need to tell this calculator how much of your account you are going to risk on this particular trade. You also need to tell this calculator how many pips of risk you are risking on the trade. So if you're going to get in at price X and your stop loss is at price Y, how many pips is between those two, or what is the difference in the pips? You also need to tell this calculator the currency pair that you're going to trade, because it needs to consider and calculate all of this information. You then need to tell this calculator the current price for sterling/US dollars. And the reason you need to do that is because your account's in sterling and the terms of the pair is in USD. So if you remember, when you're the pip value will be denominated in USD, because that's the pair that you're trading. That's the second of the two currencies in the pair, but you still got to get that USD back to sterling. Okay, it's important that you kind of understand that, but the main thing is being able to use this calculator, plug all the information in, and you're ready to go. Okay, the result is here. You are trading 0.160 lots on this particular trade. So when it comes time to go back to MetaTrader 4, you just simply type in 0.16. Okay, and it's as easy as that. Oop, we jumped ahead of ourselves a little bit here. Let's jump back over to MetaTrader and I'll show you exactly how to plug that into the trading ticket. So we saw from looking at that calculator there in that example, we were going to trade 0.160 on this particular trade. So it would work just like this. Click new order, and when it comes to volume, it would be 0.160 on the trade. And then we go through and fill everything else out exactly like we need to enter the trade. And if we want to do instant execution, we'd obviously click it there. If we want to do a pending order, we'd obviously click it there. Okay, but that calculator is a very useful tool in helping you to determine how much money or what the volume of your particular trade is. You just need to know what's in your account and how much of your account you're going to risk on the trade and how many pips you are risking. With that information, you can fill in that little calculator, and that little calculator will spit out exactly what you need to know, or what you need to have to trade with the amount of risk which you feel is appropriate. Having said all of that, you should be in a much better place to understand how to use MetaTrader 4 or MT4. Really, it's like anything. The more you use it, the more comfortable you're going to get with understanding how it all works, and you'll begin to think along the lines of MetaTrader 4 so that you can really kind of maneuver through it quite easily. I've covered really the basic parts of MetaTrader 4. This thing does so much more, although it's not necessarily critical that you understand all that, but if you really want to get your hands dirty and really get stuck into MetaTrader 4, there's so much there for you. It's more than possible to be the charting software that you use from here to the end of your trading experience. So I hope that was very helpful. Keep coming back to thelazytrader.com. We've always got new things happening there. We're excited that you're trading. We're excited to help you out in any way that we can. Thank you so much for tuning in today and tuning into this presentation, and we hope to see you around soon. Thanks again. Take care from thelazytrader.com. Bye-bye.
What do you think of that? Trading does not have to be difficult or time-consuming. In fact, all you need to become a profitable lazy trader is a single strategy which you can trade for only minutes a day. Visit thelazytrader.com and download for free 5 rapid ways to become highly profitable at Forex trading and your trade secret video pack so that you can copy the winning elite and rapidly accelerate your long-term success in financial markets trading. Trade profitably from as little as minutes a day and beat the banks and brokers at their own game. This is available for a limited time, so download it today. www.thelazytrader.com. It's free, fun, and most importantly, it will help you. Visit thelazytrader.com.